Yeah, let's talk about the visa options that are available if anyone is interested in um, coming to Australia. There are so many different types of visas that are available, right? So I'm going to take you through very briefly or to give you an introduction of these visa types, right? Because in one way or the other, you might use one of these visa options uh, in the coming future, right? First of all, let's look at the visitor visas, which is the most common one, right? Anyone, anywhere around the world is welcome to visit Australia. The Melbourne alone gets about 20 million visitors a year, right? So all these people are eligible to come through. The Sri Lankans also have the fair chance of getting into Australia through as a visitor, as long as you are a genuine visitor. How can you prove yourself as a genuine visitor? This is very important because a lot of people, right, they think, okay, I have a good profile, I have this and the other, right? You just lodge your application, you think they will do the research and release your visa. That's not going to be the case. Ladies and gentlemen, the case officers are given the task to see how many cases they fail. They are not looking for reasons to pass you or to grant you the visa. They are looking for reasons to reject your visa. That is their task. So it is the ownership goes back to you to try and put your application together with proper information. So especially now I know a lot of people who are trying to go and meet their loved ones or to their families, and they just go and lodge an application without doing much of a research, right? But you need to show them that you are financially stable here, because that's when you can afford to go on a holiday, right? That's why you are going for a visitor visa, right? And then you have a genuine reason to come back, right? And then you have a job to come back to, you are leaving behind your family, you have to give all those details, and you have immovable properties as well, right? What do you have? So those are the main factors that they are looking at. So it's very important that you do that, because if you lodge your application, you get a rejection. Some people go back and lodge their second application, get rejected, they say, man, then they go and put another application on the third one. So according to the Australian migration legislation, that becomes, you automatically become a habitual applicant. So you don't get a fair chance, it's not going to work out. So you need to rectify this, right? Correct this, and if you think you have right genuine grounds, you have to put it on the table, and then give all the information for them to give a fair assessment of your application. So this goes right throughout in all the visas. Now I have some people who are joining us from Zoom from different countries as well. Now for the benefit of them, there are different other visa types that are available, like e-visas, and then the holiday work and holiday visas. Now the Sri Lankan passport doesn't cut the deal to be qualified to be e-visa holder or the the holiday visa holders. Not only that, they have a visa category called seasonal workers visa. And those are the visas that are given to underprivileged countries that are in and around islands of Australia. So I don't know, maybe, who knows, we are now, like beggars cannot be choosers. Why don't some of, I don't know who should, I really don't like to bring the politicians into the picture, but then someone has to write to countries like Australia to try and take a lot of people to be pluckers, because they get paid the same amount. The minimum salary is regulated, right? So no matter whether you are coming to pluck cherries or you are coming here to be a pilot or be a MBBS doctor, your minimum salary is guaranteed, is the hourly rates. So, and they have these enterprise, the visas which they give they have allocations to countries, but we have to be a country that is in that bucket for them to have a look at it, right? So unfortunately, we haven't cut that deal. So for the time being, we are only left with visitor visas. But if you are visiting a relative, if you have a relative in Australia, make sure you can apply your visitor application through a sponsor pathway. It's very important you do that, because unfortunately, I don't know to tell you where we are in terms of country risk. So if you have a family member, get them to but they should be on a substantive visa. What is a substantive visa? Now, if they are on another visitor visa, they can't sponsor you, no? right? If they are not on a permanent residency visa, they can't sponsor you, right? But if they are in a substantive visa, if they are a permanent resident, a citizen, or a New Zealand citizen who's living in Australia, they can sponsor you as long as they are settled, right? But if they are also benefiting from the government dole and they are taking benefits from the government, they are not going to let you sponsor. Or if they have sponsored someone and that guy has come and has never returned back, kaput, they can't do that either, right? So make sure if you get a sponsorship from a family member, in fairness to them, they can keep sponsoring other people. So go do what you have to do and get out in time. Yeah? Excellent.